Warning, I swear a lot.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Clanman 2 Open Mic. It's a long name to remember. It is roasting hot today. I'm not wearing trousers. I see an alleyway. That seems ideal. Let's go check it out. Nye? There's a mammoth? Well, backstage with Poseidon. Well, I guess you see. Hi, Bill. Hello. Everyone's favourite homeless conspiracy theorist and one of your oldest friends in Snacky Bay. You can't tell what he's reading, but he's tearing through whatever book it is. His eyes don't leave the page as he acknowledges you. Just a second, his reading intensifies as he tears through the current pages in a matter of seconds. There. Sorry, I was in the middle of a really good part. What's up? Good book, huh? Really good book. He turns the front towards you so you can read it. Detection. It says, Temporality, just a prawn in time, written by Magnus Atom. He turns the cover towards himself, studying it as he continues. It's a strange mix of fiction, autobiography, and philosophy. That is a strange mix. But it works. Surprisingly well, I might add. It's a story about time travel, essentially. The main character is quite obviously a representation of the writer in his own work. Quite obviously. Anyway, it's not the story itself that's the most important part. It's the way the book deals with time. What is time to you? Time is stupid. I don't respect it. I like that. I have no opinion about time, as I'm sure time has no opinion of me. Would you say there's a past and a future? I wouldn't say that, you did. Sure, and I'll go one further. If time does have a past and a present, is time linear? Yes and no. He smirks. How diplomatic. Indulge me. If you had to pick one, which one would it be? Yes or no? I've known someone like this in real life. No. Why not? I don't know. So let's say time is the transition of past to present. Does that mean that time is a linear flow from point A to point B, one-dimensional? And if so, does it have a start and an end? And if so, where are those endpoints? Before you have time to respond, he lets out a laugh. They're just questions. Brain teasers without answers. That's essentially what the book is about, relativity and topology of time. How we represent time and how we perceive time, as well as how that shapes our view of the concept. So what you're telling me, bruv, is that you're training to become a time wizard. A pause, and then a nod. How do you know about the time wizards? Anyway, I'm sorry I derailed this whole conversation. Was there something you wanted to talk about? Inspect the sign. In large bold letters, the words, "The duck is nigh," a warning, but a hopeful one. Bill notices you looking at it. You want it? I forget. What's that whole duck thing about? The duck? You don't remember? Because you didn't play the first game? The Duck of Truth is Snacky Bay's very own vigilante superhero. A crime-fighting Anatidai who knows Kung Fu and makes everyone in this vicinity super honest. We didn't know much about him until a few years ago when he foiled a plan the corrupt mayor put into action. You should know you were there. I was. The story spread, people became aware of the DOT. He stopped being a myth and started becoming an actual person. He looks over at the sign. No more use for that thing. That's a post-nigh sign. So you're not a conspiracy nut anymore? Again, the preferred term for conspiracy nut is either drama queen or conspiracy enthusiast. And to answer your question, not really. After I stopped raising awareness about the duck, I picked up new hobbies. He raises the book. Turns out that reading and educating yourself is kind of counterproductive to conspiracy theory. Oof. Conspiracy theories are fun though. He grins. Hell yeah, they are. But there's a difference in having fun with them and believing them, and there's always someone stupid enough to believe. Ooh. So, will this bring us back? All sorts of things. The classics, some physics, philosophy, good stuff, bad stuff. Keeping an open mind. You were more fun when you were crazy. No, I don't know what he used to be like, but I like this educated homeless man. It's an interesting diversion from what you would expect from a homeless character. Well, that was enlightening. Wooly! It's Wooly! When's Marvel? Look at his eyes! I love you, Wooly. Yeah, that's a mammoth, and it's still there even after you rub your eyes and pinch your arm. It stands frozen at the end of the alley as if guarding an entrance to some secret, forgotten valley. One of the few things grounding the fuzzy monstrosity in reality is a name tag, just barely visible underneath the fur. It reads, in bold capitalized letters, Wooly. Literally, that's how you spell Wooly's name. That's ridiculous. I've never seen that before in anything. Wooly the Mammoth? Wooly the Mammoth. The Woolly Mammoth. Is it alive? It's very still, underwater, and in an alleyway. What do you think? We're underwater? I guess that does make sense. Detection average. So it's dead. Mounted. It's almost certainly dead. Almost? Well, nothing is 100% certain, not even the deathness of said mammoth. That's not a word. That's not a word. Deadness, deathality, deathability, deathication, whatever. Shut up. Why is there a mammoth here? Who knows? You could try asking it, or just try to figure it out. Deduce it, Sherlock. I love how sassy this game is. Improv. Ask the mammoth where he came from. And I succeeded. You close your eyes for a moment, channeling every iota of knowledge you have of mammoths in the Ice Age, and when you look back up at the giant beast, it somehow seems more lifelike. The fur sways just a little bit more, and the eyes almost appear to move. Ah, fucking, I look at its eyes. Share some of your ancient wisdom, mammoth. Burgers are sandwiches, and so are hot dogs. Meat between the bread. Look it up. I'm right. I've never heard a mammoth be so incorrect in my life. You clearly don't know what you're talking about. You haven't been around for thousands of years. I have, and so have sandwiches. I win, bitch. Holy shit, you can talk. Yep. But you're not much of a conversationalist. Nah. Where did you come from? The bunny's dinner. Of course, I should have known. John. The bunny dinner. John. Then the wind dies out. The ruffling of the thick fur goes silent, as well as the mammoth. Whatever life you imagined seeing in its eyes has now vanished. Mammoth! 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 Okay, the mammoth's gone. Let's focus on what we found out. Something about John and the bunny's dinner. Probably connected. Let's see what we can find out. Sure, why not? Layer mammoth. No response. That was enlightening. I have no jokes. I've completed no quests. I am just a clam man doing his clam damnedest. So there's nothing up there. Okay, so downtown is where we gotta go. At least it's limiting my avenues. If this was too open at the moment, I would have no idea what to do or where to go, and it would take forever. Let's go downtown. It's been more than 10 minutes since I mentioned how much I love Clam Man. But I do. Teens? I don't want to talk to teens. They suck. Let's talk to teens. The dice rattle and clack against the concrete as the fated faces tumble up. Right now, it seems fate has settled on a 3 and a 4.
Ha! 7! This is the comeback, baby!
For what?
Oh, jeez. Oh, no. My luck is gonna turn, isn't it? It's turning right now. I can see the backside of my luck. Oh, God.
Ah, what's up, Druk? How come you're not at work? Got fired again?
Oh, it's me. Nat, your former landlord's daughter, sees you coming and greets you with a salute. Self-awareness above average. No, I didn't get fired, Natalia.
Sure you didn't. So, what are you going to do next?
Get fired, obviously. Promise you won't laugh.
Promise. Now tell me.
I'm gonna be a comedian.
Should be easy to keep that promise then. Just kidding. That's cool. Unexpected, but cool.
Thank you, Nat. Why though? I'd ask if that was a joke, but that would be weirdly contradictory. I'm happy doing literally anything other than selling mayonnaise. And this is very different from selling mayonnaise. Wait, your job is selling mayonnaise? Yeah. Okay, sure, just checking. How have you been, Nat? Same old, I guess. Bored most of the time. Guess your stand-up career might be the beginning of the end for that, huh? Ooh. They let minors into whoever you're performing, right? I have no idea. I didn't check. Shouldn't you be in school? Shouldn't you be at work or doing something productive? I have time off, approved by the CEO himself. I'm allowed to be here. I'm doing the same as you, man. Hanging out, figuring stuff out. How's Ivan? How's your dad? She shrugs. He's all good. We're renovating the second block next week. He's always telling me I'll be running things when he's too old. I'm not really feeling the landlord business. What about landlady? You better have better jokes for your show, Clammy. Excuse me, I'm pretty sure that's a racial slur. How do I make people laugh? Nah, I don't know. I, in the game and in real life, don't know. She grins. You don't. People will laugh at whatever they want to laugh at. It doesn't matter how funny a joke is. The only thing that matters is whether or not people want to laugh at it. Preach. Yeah, Church. What the fuck does that even mean, Olev? So I have to pick my audience? Or just don't worry about the people who don't think you're being funny. They're not wrong, you're not right. It's their choice to laugh, I guess. It's a free country. Shut up, Olev. I gotta go do, like, important adult stuff. See you later. I'm sure you do. Talk to you later, Clammy. I love you, Clammy. Why does that say but? I know it's supposed to be butter, but that fish looks very upset. And that is hilarious to me. There's so much I need to look at. Hello, Linda. What the are you a shrimp? Linda is bouncing with joy in such short intervals, she might as well be vibrating. Close to her chest, she clutches a notepad tight enough to crease the cardboard cover.
Over here! Hey! Hey, hey, hey!
She calls you over with palpable excitement and glee. Realizing how loud she's being, she lowers her voice and leans in.
Listen, I've got it. I've got the single, greatest, realest theory ever.
The vibrations intensify, causing her voice to slightly wobble. It's safe to say you've never seen her this excited for anything ever before. Start vibrating. Should I be seated for this? She ponders your question very seriously, her eyes darting around the room to find a chair capable of receiving a blow of infinite realness. It might be a good idea. No, it can wait. It can't wait. But on seat or not, you need to hear this straight away. Alright, let's hear it. An elated speech barely makes its way through her clenched teeth. She's trying to keep her cool, but the vibrations have now reached a frequency where her hair is starting to curl. If she could actually physically explode, this would be the moment.
Okay. So...
In between attempts to control her breathing, she starts explaining. She closes her eyes, retaining composure, opens them up, and looks at you with the conviction of a globally renowned scientist who is evidently, completely, totally convinced about something.
You know how everyone is really awkward.
Preaching to the choir.
No one has ever quantified awkwardness. No one has ever created a scale for being socially inept. Until now.
This interests me more than it should. She adjusts, preparing herself to deliver the coup de grace. Patiently await the realest theory of all time.
The mistaken metro exit scale!
What? She's hearing applause and elation, a deafening symphony of cheer and rejoice. This is her peaking. She'd probably like it if you sounded as excited as her. Come up with a more clever name. Take a step away, tilt your head back, and scream as loud as you can. I wish they would animate Clam Man doing that. Because I can picture it. I'm gonna have a cleverer name. Why not the subway slip system? Get some alliteration in there. Slightly surprised, Linda considers your suggestion. That's not bad actually, let's put a pin in that. Alright, let me give you the details. Basically, there are 5 levels on the scale, 1 to 5. 0 doesn't count because no one is 0 awkward. True. These 5 levels are determined by how any subject will act in a certain situation, which I'll get into in a second. First, I'm going to give you some parameters. A metro station has 2 exits, exit A and exit B. In this evaluation, the subject's preferred exit is exit A, since it's closer to where they're going. Exits A and B are on opposite sides of the platform. Do you follow so far? I think so. The station has 2 exits and you want to go to exit A. Exit B is on the other end of the platform. Great. She adjusts her stance as if to seem more scientific and knowledgeable. Now to place someone on the scale, we have to imagine a situation. Picture this. You get off at the station, you manage to cover a little bit of distance in one direction, believing you're heading for exit A, when you'll suddenly realise you're going the wrong way. What do? I just turn around, no biggie. Oh man, that's embarrassing, I guess I'll just turn around. Maybe make some kind of gesture or face to acknowledge it in case someone is watching. Break into a cold sweat. Oh crap, just keep going. It's too late to turn around now. I've committed, someone might notice. I always do number 2. What I do, and you can do this yourself if you have trouble with this kind of situation, is pull out your phone and look at it. Just sort of look at it for like a second, half a second, and like, oh, okay, and then turn around and go the direction you wanted to go initially. I would also like to point out that no one's watching and no one cares, because I've never seen anyone do this. I just know people do it, right? So don't even worry about it if you're watching, but do number 2. Number 2 is the best for this. Right, that makes you a 2 on the MMES, which is pretty awkward, but not as awkward as could be. Don't worry, there are plenty of people more awkward than you. Debatable, but not impossible. And there you go, we've successfully quantified awkwardness in a way that everyone can understand. I have a problem with this already. There are 1 to 5 scores on the table. This only counts for like 3. Great. Now about that name, isn't the subway slip system a tad sharper? Listen, it's just a tiny theory right now. If we can turn it into a big theory, then we can start getting picky with names. Oh, fine. Okay, I've got some questions about your scale. What's a level 1? A level 1 just turns around and heads for exit A. She points a finger at you, emphasizing her following point. However, that doesn't mean they're not embarrassed. The MMES takes physical action into account, but just because someone is a level 1 doesn't mean they won't think about their mistake for the rest of the day. The level 1 will try to get out of the station as fast as possible, but won't do anything out of the ordinary to acknowledge them messing up. What about level 2? The focal difference between level 1 and level 2 is that the latter responds by signaling their self-awareness. They'll visibly roll their eyes, throw their head back, or in some other manner show their frustration and acknowledgement of the situation. The level 2 knows it's being watched, always, so it needs to show that it may have made a mistake, but is intelligent enough to be aware of it. A level 2 or higher also can't think of anything else than that mistake on their way out of the station. True. Level 3? This is where things get interesting. A level 3 cannot live with their mistakes, so they'll make an effort to exteriorize. She grabs a phone, pointing to it. This is the most common scapegoat. I'm a level 3! Game, you called me out! A level 3 could pick up their phone and pretend to read a message or answer a call. They'll then make believe that they just got told to go somewhere else than their original destination. I'm a level 3, I thought I was a level 2, I'm a level 3. Called me out. Keep listening. Lifting the phone to her ear, she continues. Hi, really? I was on my way to A, but oh okay, I guess I'll go to B instead. Thanks. Okay, I don't do that much. I just glance at my phone and then go somewhere else. But I guess I am still technically a 3. I will grant that. She puts her phone away, raising an eyebrow. It's now no longer my fault. I'm turning. I'm not being awkward. Circumstances just changed. Bonus points if you roll your eyes or sigh loudly while putting the phone away. This is what the level 3 is all about. Making excuses. Doesn't have to be a phone either. It could be anything. The level 3 is the kind of person in a class or workplace to make sure everyone knows why they messed up or didn't perform well enough. They need people to believe they're not responsible. This is getting in depth. I don't think I do all of that, but I do the thing with the phone in public. I don't talk on it though. Level 4 has to get pretty awkward, right? Oh, level 4 is very awkward. Level 4s get tunnel vision. They can only think about their mistake and how embarrassed they are. So they lose any ability to make rational decisions. They break out into a cold sweat. They start frantically looking around for people who might be watching. Keep listening. The level 4 just keeps walking. They use exit B. It doesn't matter if they're adding 30 minutes to their trip. They're completely unable of turning around. They've committed. Oof. It's not that the level 4 is proud or more decisive. The level 4 is handicapped by their awkwardness. They're so awkward they can't think straight. Now, what is the absolute maximum amount of awkwardness? Number 5. Okay, so a level 5 on the MMES is a serious thing. They're also very rare, but do exist. The level 5 is so awkward that it stops working. What happens scientifically when a level 5 triggers an awkward event is somewhat unclear, but my studies suggest that every single synapse in their brain fires off at once, effectively short-circuiting them. The level 4 acts irrationally, but does so based on its mistake. It continues on its unfortunate trajectory. The level 5 becomes completely illogical. We're talking running in circles, screaming, crying, breaking down, melting into a puddle on the platform, eventually the shutdown of all motor functions. Is there anything higher than a 5? If there is, I've never seen it. Technically, it's possible that someone is so awkward that they start to affect and even bend gravity. They'll literally sink into the floor. She considers her previous statement frowning. The level 5 is a danger to itself, but anything above would, I suppose, be a threat to everything and everyone around it. Determine whether or not this applies to you. Look, we call this a failure, but this is one of those cases where it really does good not to succeed. Like, you don't want to respond correctly to a psychopath test. Touché. See, I mentioned that in the description of the last video, but that's what I like. Failures with these checks aren't even really failures, they're just different outcomes. It doesn't feel like I've fucked up, it just feels like this is the way the story's going. I'm not just talking about here, I'm talking about when I was trying to pick the lock on the door and my character just jammed his finger in and it was stuck. Or when he tried to kick the door and pulled a muscle. Anyway, you don't have superpowers. So what are you planning to do with this revolutionary breakthrough? I'll have to prove it. That's how science works. You can have all the theories you want, but they're not worth a thing unless you can reproduce them, prove them. So, test groups, surveys, what's your plan? I'm probably not going to do anything, probably. She seems pensive, overlooking her notes. It's just for fun, there's not actual scientific need for the MMES. I honestly don't have time to do any of that field research. It doesn't matter anyway. Here's an idea, do it all online. Polls, surveys, easy. I could, I guess. It would take a lot of time though, and I'm not sure if the scientific community would accept the results, but I guess I could try. That's gonna take a while. You could help too, speed things up. Or not, it's up to you. This way you don't have to promise anything. I'm gonna help. If you can handle the paperwork and all that stuff, I can take care of the field research. You know what? Earlier when I told you she was excited and happy, it pales in comparison to what's happening now. Are you serious? Really? Yes! I love that! So what exactly do you need to test your theory? I need data, I suppose. There's determination and pragmatism in her voice, and she continues. We don't have the time or resources to test this on like 1,000 people. I think the best course of action is to find a true level 1 and a true level 5, or 6 I guess. We could document their responses and use that data to gain more traction. She studies you, but I don't think we can use ourselves for the study. It doesn't seem very scientific. Then, with more traction, we'll have the attention and potential funding to actually pursue the theory in a greater scope. Got it. I need to find someone not awkward at all and someone who is incredibly awkward, interview them, and bring the data back to you. Sweet. Alright. I'll be on my way. Good luck, and don't be a stranger. I'm here whenever. I like everyone I've spoken to so far. It reads, danger, danger. High voltage. There's more, but the rest have been scrubbed out. Could it possibly be when we touch or when we kiss? Hey, my apartment. It's a nice place. Some artisan miniature sandbags, nothing more than overpriced tiny rock cloth containers. Green, seaweedy tendrils hang over the sides of the plot. This plant's been neglected. Suddenly, a few of them shift and move, and the plant speaks up with a gruff voice. Yeah, what? Why are you so cranky? Oh, I wonder why I'm cranky. You think I'd love being a plant stuck inside a house, our natural habitat? Are you hungry? I know that's when I get cranky. Of course I'm cranky. I'm stuck here in this godforsaken pot in this godforsaken apartment. Houseplant grunts and continues quietly. And yes, I'm very, very hungry. That sounds like cranky talk to me. I'll get you something to eat. Hurry! I'm starving here. Okay, bye. Whatever. What a nice plant. TV. You bought that thing back when flat screen was still a selling point. That was a while ago. Few games and the Fintendo Clutch. Nice. Very, very nice. Note. Note to self. Stop writing pointless notes. You can't fucking tell me what to do. It's a nice clock. Just a shame it doesn't work. Maybe you should give it a hand sometime. Get it 'cause there's no... Finna. Ah, your McGregorson boy poster. Your most valuable possession. Cost you $23. Eesh. You swing the door open, the light clicks, and the content of the fridge is illuminated by what seems like a spotlight. There's food in here. What are you offering, fridge? There's tomatoes, milk, bread, and cold cuts, a bunch of empty jars and packages. I don't want any, actually, I'm gonna take the bread. Not so fast, bucko. It's unclear from where or whom the voice is coming. Don't talk back to me, bread. The speaker is clear now, the slice of bread in the front of the bag, and it continues. I ain't only talking back to you, kid. I'm telling you to back off. You ain't touching me. You ain't touching none of us. Us? The Union! The Coalition of Loaves! The slice of bread stands proud as it continues. Wholemeal, white, rye. We stand united. Unity to suffer the oppression of the fridge. The fridge is oppressing you. Of course it is! Feel it in the air. The cold chill of conservation, domination, the stillness of submission. Bread isn't meant to exist in this climate. It's not right. So you saying you guys are unhappy being fridged? The foremost slice nods. We need freedom, a life short and colourful, glorious and grand. Death shall have no dominion. You're very intense for a slice of bread. Nothing will fuel the mind and breathe more insight than the threat of oppression until the end of days. Can I help? The foremost slice stops and convenes with the rest of the loaf. A moment passes until it speaks again. An assembly is at hand, a gathering of the factions to discuss the fate of the fridge. If you will, a mediator is needed. If you accept that task, we ask of you to give us your support when the time is nigh. I need more details. Impermissible, unacceptable. If you wish to help us, we ask of you your total loyalty and trust. When the moment comes, we expect you to stand by our side. They're not going to tell you anything, and they're not giving you much to go on to begin with. Maybe you can figure out their plan later on. Alright, I'll do it. We place our trust in you. For your sake, it best be a wise decision. Are you ready to begin the meeting? Sure. I concur. Let's go. There is much to discuss. The air is crisp and cold, as it usually is in a fridge. When the factions assemble, it's tense and uncomfortably silent. Alright, this is it. Your debut as a mediator. Do you feel prepared? As prepared as I'll ever be. We can give up, you know. We can just go, just grab something to eat and leave. Never come back. We've come far. We've come this far. It's too late to turn back. No way, not this clam. Alright, let's do this. The factions gather in a half circle, divided into 3 groups: the Coalition of Loaves, the Anarchist Cold Cuts, and the Tomato Communities. Speakers have been elected to represent each, and they've gathered at the very front. The democracy of dairy isn't here, none have come, and as you spy them on the door shelf, none show any intent to. The foremost slice lifts his fist, patting it against his chest. Their freedom depends on you, and the Coalition knows it. Starts singing a beautiful song. What starts off as a hum grows in confidence, and soon the factions of the fridge are still for a moment listening to your melody. That went better than I expected. Yeah, there's a few confused faces in the crowd, but most seem to have appreciated your little song, except the smokiest meats. It wasn't heavy enough for them. Try growling next time. Everyone's a critic. All eyes are on you, the Clam Man. People of the fridge, we are gathered here today to discuss the fate of this land. Looks are exchanged, some nod. From the back, a particularly loud dinner roll shouts, "We know!" They know, get on with it. Alright, let's get started. Who wants to go first? The foremost slice steps forward. I represent the Coalition of Loaves, and we would like to make our case. This place, this fridge, the foremost slice clears its throat. It is a torture chamber, it is a prison of death, and it must not contain us any longer. For the greater good, we propose to hurl ourselves towards the door, the gateway to the great beyond, to open it once and for all. Only then can our people truly live. And as it happens, our speaker, outsider as he may be, is sympathetic of our suffering. What if I just take you out of the fridge and close the door after you? It is not that simple. Our exodus will be joyous, but short-lived, knowing the fate that once befell us will befell our children and successors. No, the oppression of the fridge must be ended, once and for all. The tomatoes. The elder tomato speaks up. Opening the fridge will be the end of us all. Your sentient sing us to a slow death if you open that door. A death, perhaps, but a true life until then. None of this agony, this submission. The ankle lock of life. Order, one at a time. Foremost slice nods at you and then lets its eyes wander over the crowd. Can you truly stand idly by and let my people suffer? I ask you nothing more than this. Returning to the rest of the loaf, the Coalition has spoken. You're up. The next speaker may take the stand. We're going to do this properly. The elder tomato, resting heavy on his cane, makes his way to the stand. My friends, we all share the same world, and this is the world as we know it. It may be cold, it may at times be dark, but it is the world we were given. It is not up to us to make these drastic changes. Another day comes, another passes. Cold cuts. You're blind, old man! The suppressor shouts. You've been in here too long! You've been blinded by the status quo, and now you mistake it for light at the end of a dark tunnel! Order! The elder tomato flashes you a grateful smile and continues. We, the tomato community, are willing to help the Coalition in any way we can. He looks over towards the cold cuts. Your people too, are friends of the tomatoes if you'll have us. We propose strength and unity among our peoples, but a closed door. A furious yell makes its way from the back. You're killing us! Cold cuts. The suppressor steps up and stops in front of the elder tomato. Another scoff. There's almost a tinge of pity this time. We're all for peace, love, and understanding, but we won't ally with someone who refuses to see the world as it is. We ain't playing your game anymore, old man. Keep listening. An alarmed voice rips through the back of the loaf. Look, up there! What are they doing? On a distant shelf, you notice what looked like a crack team of smoked ham making its way to the thermostat on the upper shelves. They're planning explosive charges. The foremost slice turns towards the cold cuts. You! What have you done? Tomatoes, screams of terror, many of them the voices of children, rupture the red crowd. The elder tomato mouths, may God have mercy on us all. Cold cuts, the meats, realize their plan has been uncovered, but their only response is cheer. This is it, baby! The revolution is here! challenge the suppressitor's authority. Okay, yeah, I'll do it. Sure, what do you say? Now just wait just a diddly darn minute. There's got to be another way to settle this. The suppressitor maintains its composure, regarding you suspiciously. What do you propose? Nothing. I changed my mind. What are those guys doing again? A guitar duel, you and me. Laughter. Vicious, mocking laughter. I accept. Have at it, brother. A slice of pastrami hurls you a flying V electric guitar, plugged in, distorted, and ready to go. Play the greatest guitar solo of all time. Fuck. No, I had 71% improv. Your confidence is soaring high up until the point when you grab the guitar and realize this is the first time you've actually held one. The suppressor laughs and turns up the volume. It goes up to 11, doesn't it? Try 13. The metal meat starts slinging riffs and scales left to right, producing harmonies and melodies you couldn't have dreamed of. This is how dominance is asserted. The solo screeches through the air until it finally comes to an end. The suppressor lifts the guitar over its head as the smoked hams strike force detonate the charges. Protein power! A bang. The thermostat and the reactionist smoked hams are torn apart by a violent fiery force, and debris scatters among the gathered, now panicking crowd. The comforting light dies abruptly, and all manners of fridge dwellers stumble and trample each other. Smoke, death, pandemonium. The foremost slice stumbles through the crowd with torn pieces of crust held tightly. So this is the face of bread. Endless death. Falling to its knees, coughing, it pleads, I ask you, end my life. It is not a great undertaking. I am not long for this world regardless. Pain Perdue smush the slice. It feels soft under your hand, crust soaked in tomato juice and milk. The pain, the suffering, is finally over. The shelf overlooks the scene in horror, but is not free of devastation. Shrapnel and debris have crushed a number of the dairy products, and some have jumped from the shelves to spare themselves a slow and painful death. The 2% bottle of milk stares stunned at the scene. Forgive us. Someone forgive us. Eyes closed, it falls out of the shelf and shatters a moment later on the ground. Through the destruction, you see an absurd display of celebration. Tear it all down and then rebuild! The suppressor brandishes its guitar like a machine gun. Can you dig, Clam Man? I'll dig your fucking grave! Attack! Considering you're like 100 times bigger than the revolutionary sliced meat, this isn't difficult. It's not even a skill check. You literally pick it up with no issue. I've won. You know I'm right, brother. All you can do is embrace it. I'm gonna eat it. It tastes like cold, salty defeat. The fridge is cast into an apocalypse as you close the door. The horrors of this day will stay with you for a long time. Fucking hell! Can I... Staring at the fridge again. The door is slightly ajar and the light is out. Juices and liquids drip out the bottom shelf. There's nothing to see here. Nothing pleasant, at least. You should go. Fair enough. Wow, that was a saga. That's a table. Empty chairs and empty tables. All my friends are dead and gone. Sorry. Hello, plant. I have bad news. The plant looks at you. It seems to be suspicious of your presence. Back again, are you? About that food. Funny story, actually. Things didn't really work out. And what is that supposed to mean? It means you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. The plant shakes its tendrils and mutters a couple of expletives to itself. Can't say I'm surprised. Psh, thanks, I guess. That's it. Wait, hold up. There might be something in here we can use. Something funny. For a joke? Exactly. There's a joke in here somewhere. Alright, what about how I just argued with a bunch of food? How about how people will open a fridge even though they know there's nothing in there? What about the fact I'm intimidated by my own houseplants? I like the argument with the food. Sure, that'd be the absurd improv way of doing it. Why not? Well, that's what I'm good at. Great. That's what we're going with. You got number 1, food fight. End. I have a joke now. This game is so good. This is so good. Alright, teens, are any of you incredibly awkward? Olev, can I ask you a question about the Metro? Immediately, nervous sweats, eyes widen, goosebumps. I think we found our number 5. The Metro? Jackpot. Imagine you getting off the Metro and start walking towards the wrong exit. Olev stares forward as if in a catatonic state. The only movement you see on his body are the drops of sweat running down his forehead and neck. Olev, you okay there? Large bags form under his eyes. The sweat flows like a river. His arms and legs are shaking. He straightens up his posture, as if someone or something was pushing into his back. His jaw slowly drops, a slight hum emitting from his lungs. A dim glow is lit in his eyes. The light increases slowly until his pupils emit blinding beams of light. The earth starts shaking. A snake of an earthquake slithering ever closer. Olev starts vibrating and the sidewalk underneath him growls and crumbles. It's too awkward. We need to abort now. Are you kidding me? I need to see where this is going. His body begins to vibrate and convulse, and you can make out some words in the loud roaring noise emanating from the tiny starfish. That's too awkward! The seahorse girl gives you and Nat a terrified look, but then turns to the eldritch starfish team. Olev, shut the fuck up, you're making a scene! The thundering cacophony starts shaking the entire street. What do you mean? You're making a scene! People are staring! As if hit by a strike of lightning, Olev freezes. Everything comes to a halt. The world returns to normal. The little starfish dude looks no worse for wear apart from the bags under his eyes and his hoodie, now soaked in sweat. He clears his throat for a mousy whisper. Are they still looking? Nah, you're good. Oh, that's good. That's a lot better. We saw the peak of awkwardness. There was no need to point out to him that probably everyone in the universe is looking at him right now. Nat backs up from Olev and looks over at you for answers. What just happened? He's a level 5 MMES. I don't know what that means, and I'm not sure I want to. It's science. Science I don't need. Can we drop this? Olev nods. He'd like to forget about all of this if you don't mind. That's a level 5 on the MMES scale, alright. We should let Linda know. That's above 5, I'm pretty sure. I gotta go do important adult stuff. What about you, fish man? You with your butt truck? The large truck has set up one of its hind legs, well, wheels, on the sidewalk. A half-assed attempt at backing up from the truck just down the street.
Hey, you. Got a sec? Can you help me out?
It's landlocked, motionless, as its impatient helmsman signals you over. I'm a very busy comedian. I'm very, very, very busy.
Shh. Comedian is right. Look,
Thank
man,
you.
Can you help me out or not?
I don't fucking know. What do you want? What do you need?
See that guy?
No?
That asshat over there has been sitting on his ramp doing nothing but scrolling on his phone.
Bastard.
I need him to move. I've got a cargo to haul.
You want me to make him move? Me. Look at me. Look at my clam physique. You want me to make him move. You're taller and more intimidating. You want me to make him move. What? Why couldn't I ask you? Because I am an idiot, sir. Idiot's better than no idiot in this case. Look, maybe he'll move out of pity. Who knows? The guy won't listen to me. It's not like I can leave my truck long enough to convince him either. Sure, I'll help you out. Great, get to it. The shipment is already late. I don't care how you do it, just make him move. I need to get back on the road. How come you're hauling butter? I don't know. I don't care. I just haul. Do you like butter? Are you a fan? Bud, it's butter. I have no strong opinions about butter. It is a thing that exists. There. That's it. A wave of dread washes over him as he realizes you might be setting up an opportunity for yourself to talk about butter. Let me tell you how I feel about butter. Feel free not to. Butter is an amazing additive to your morning coffee. No, it helps jumpstart your morning, giving you long-lasting energy for a hard day of work. Are you done? No. He looks like he's about to kill you. I respect all possible views on butter. No one cares about butter as much as you do. Get that through your thick skull. He looks like he's about to kill you. Butter is everything that is wrong with this world. How? How is that even a claim you're willing to make? Butter represents the decadence and hedonism underlying the downfall of modern civilization. Rubbing his eyes, he mutters under his breath, I'm going to kill you. I want you to know that. He looks like he's about to kill you. Alright, I'm done. Ah, good. I should get going. Good idea, now get to work on letting me do the same. God damn, this video game. Hello, window. Two curious little eyeballs are following you, making your way up and down the street. When you stop and turn towards her, the girl in the window bobs down for a second and then pops up again with a big smile. Hi! Hi, what's your name? My name is Niharika. I don't know how that's pronounced. Do you have a nickname? He leans over the windowsill to whisper. My dad calls me Nia, but Mom says I should use my full name. You should use your full name. Don't shorten your full name just because someone else finds it hard to pronounce. Tell them to suck it up and deal with it. You can say Nia too, even though you're not my dad. Well, that's very considerate of you, Nia. Thank you, but I'm going to keep trying to say your full name. Sure thing, Niharika. What's your favorite kind of food? Burgers with pickles. Never. I like gargling and rinsing sand for plankton. It's an acquired taste. Niharika doesn't know how to respond to that. Oh, okay. Suddenly she's distracted by something inside the apartment. All you hear are faint, tinny noises of people speaking, probably a TV. Niharika remains frozen for a second, zoned out, with a blank expression. Eventually she turns back to you, pressing her lower face against the windowsill. What you doing? I ask myself that every day, Niharika. Oh, I'm sorry. Should you be talking to a child like that? No, probably not. I'm not telling you how to be you, it's just something to consider. Now let's give her a more interesting answer. I'm preparing to become a stand-up comedian. She studies you. Does that mean you can't sit down? Should I be taking notes from this child? She's good. It's very important that I don't sit. Oh, okay. Sounds like Niharika's run out of things to ask you. She turns towards the sounds coming from inside the apartment, but she's not as mesmerized this time. You notice that between glances over the TV, the street, and the apartment, she keeps looking down at something between her and the window. What's that sound, Niharika? She looks back at you surprised. Oh, it's TV. I keep it on when Mom is at work. What are you watching? You notice that between glances, she's looking at something between her and the window. What you looking at? What do you got? She looks down and turns her shoulders from side to side. It's a letter. Did you write the letter? She nods. Who's it for? I wrote it for my dad. He lives in a fancy house, but it's really far away. I can't go out very far. You can't go out? I can get sick really easy. That's why I stay inside. Where exactly does your dad live? It's really far away, but I have the address on the letter so the postman can get it to him. So she can't put it in the mail because she will get sick if she goes outside. I can put your letter in the mail. Really? You can do that? I can. I will. In fact, it would be my pleasure. There's a mailbox across the street behind you. You got it. I'll be back in a moment. Thank you. I'm going to do this good thing and feel really good about it, and then everyone will be happy. I swear to God, if your stupid truck... Aha, mailbox. Here it is. You step in front of the mailbox and the letter hatch opens up. You hear coughing as some dirt and dust settles. No, this mailbox is closed today. Have a nice day. Detection, literally a child could see this. You're not closed at all. You're a dude. I swear, I'm mailbox, not dude. I've seen a lot of dudes and mailboxes in my day, and I am 72% sure that you are in fact a dude. Man, the box groans. Oh, you're right, I'm sorry, I am a dude, I'm not a mailbox. My name is Dev, I'm Niharika's father. Listen, I saw you talking to her, that's her letter, isn't it? It is. It's for you. He squints at you. Her mother wouldn't let her mail it, right? That's correct. I knew it. I can't blame her, but even so... Okay, look, I can't let you send that letter. Bring it back to her, alright? Tell her the post is closed or something. Fucking why? Please, man, I'm begging you, just give her back the letter and walk away. I'm gonna need an explanation. It's hard to tell through the mailbox, but it looks like he's rubbing his temples. Look, you're not an idiot. I'm sure you understand what's going on here. Just tell me, you fucking div. Me and Niharika's mothers obviously don't live together anymore, obviously. We're not together in any shape or form. Nia's mother doesn't really like me that much anymore. There's some baggage there. Long story short, I may or may not have given them a fake address and told them I work a really prestigious job. The address on the letter doesn't exist. There, that's the whole story. Now will you please return it to her? So you're lying to your daughter and your ex-wife to prove that you're not a loser. I get the irony, no need to spell it out. Apparently there was. Is that enough? What more do I have to say? Are you looking for a job? Yeah, getting back to my roots. I designed bike racks. Pardon me. I designed bike racks, I'm really good at it. Did my master's in technical engineering, specializing in bikes and racks. And then I drew some really nice racks. Fantastico. Again, why can't you just take the letter? Because I can't be here all the time, man. Sure, I get it now, but what if she sends one and I don't intercept it? So just give her your current address, no matter how embarrassing it is. I can't, man, it's just too... Dev takes a moment to piece together whatever logic led him to this situation. He's not enjoying it. Wait for him. It's not just her, it's her mom as well, and honestly, it's me as well. I don't expect you to understand, it's odd, I know. Alright, I get it. Tell me about her mother. Her name's Janya. She was always the provider in the family. Had a job when I didn't. Why wouldn't she want to send you letters? Probably because I'm hiding in a mailbox spying on her. I mean, that's a good point. She doesn't hate me. I don't hate her. But she knows what I'm like, and he pauses. A resigned man. She isn't dumb. She knows what's going on. She doesn't have the heart to tell Nia either. What does Janya do? She works for the government. She's good at what she does, and her hours reflect that. It's trickier now if I'm not around. Nia spends a lot more time alone, and she shouldn't. You're a stay-at-home dad. Yeah, pretty much. I'd like to think I was good at it, but, you know. At any rate, I'm aware that I'm not a great away-from-home dad. He looks around, gesturing as well as he can. This is all temporary. Right as he finishes the sentence, a salvo of jellyfish droppings splats on top of the box. You don't have a job? No, not right now. I just don't want them to know that I'll catch up, I'll get back on my feet, land a great job. It's just a delayed truth. What do you need me to say? Alright, I've heard enough. Okay, before you say anything, hear me out. I get that you don't want to take the letter back, and I don't want to admit it, but it's probably better like that. Besides, I wouldn't know how to explain that away, so here's an idea. Give her this one. He holds up a slip of paper with some text on it. This is the address to a P.O. box I have. She gets a way to reach me, and I don't have to embarrass myself by letting her and Janya know where I'm staying now. Does that sound good to you? You should be honest. Give me your real address, you fuck. Come on, man. I can't deal with it. Convince Dev to give you this address. Urgh. He isn't a bad father. He didn't used to be anyway. Make him remember that. She holds you in very high regard, Dev. Don't let her start believing that her love and faith in you is misplaced. Dev doesn't respond. Not immediately. He takes off his glasses, wipes them clean, rests his face in his palm for a moment, and then speaks up. Alright. Inside the mailbox, Dev fiddles around, searching for something. Eventually he stops to scribble something on a scrap of paper. He reaches up and hands it to you through the slit. Here. I'm gonna look at the address. He lives in a homeless shelter. That's not... I mean, it's not ideal, but it's nothing to be ashamed of. Your daughter would just rather know where you were. You did the right thing. Man, I really hope so. End. Jeez, dude. Your daughter doesn't care. Children have no concept for wealth and affluence, you know? They just want their parents. Hey, Nia, I've got a new address for you. Nia greets you with an excited smile. Did you manage to post my letter? There was a slight problem with your letter. Oh no, did you drop it? Don't drop it. You drop it. That's letter, please pick it up quickly. You dust the letter off as you pick it up. Nia exhales in relief. That was dangerous, thank you for picking it up. There's an issue with the address. What's wrong with it? Did I spell it wrong? No, that address doesn't actually exist. What do you mean? Your father made a mistake and gave you the wrong address. Oh, that's okay, everyone makes a mistake. It's very understanding of you. Okay, do you know his real address? I do. Okay, may I have that address? Yeah, of course. She bounces up and down into view until she abruptly freezes. Oh, could you please write the address? Could you please write it on the letter? She ducks down again while awaiting your response. She must feel like she's been asking a lot of you. I haven't had to do much. Of course. Thank you, good. Wait. How do I write the... Oh, I didn't know I had a map. How do I write the letter? I've got a joke. How do I do this? You gave Nia her father's real address. Oh, okay, I did it. Okay, now do I go back to Dev and be like, yo, bro, got your thing. Did your thing. Dev seems nervous as you return with the letter. How'd it go? She's a great kid. Yeah, she is. I know this is weird for you, but I just wanted to say I appreciate it. I've been putting it off for so long. Thanks for the wake-up call. Figure it out. Do it for her. You got it. Oh boy, well this was fun. Fucking hell, me. What do you want? Take it easy, I'm just here to debrief. Anyway, maybe we can learn something from this. Yeah, making jokes helps me cope with the world and stuff like this. Right on, Chief, my thoughts exactly. You know what, let's not overcomplicate things. I'm getting a joke about crushing the dreams of children, aren't I? Exactly! You got number 5, being honest to kids. Let's have a look at that. Detection-based joke about kids and honesty. More of an improv guy, really, but you know. Okay, well that's all I'm gonna do today. This went longer than I thought. So, this episode was filled with thrill rides and it just went everywhere, from a violent riot terrorist attack in a fridge to helping a dad step up and be a real dad for his child. This game is amazing. I love it. It gets 10 out of 10 already. This is literally the first day. This is a free prologue of the game. The full game is going to have so much more. I don't know. Oh, guys, I'm so excited. Like, I don't know when it's coming out. The release date on Steam literally says it will be ready when it's ready, but it's implied that it will be ready sometime this year. So I'm really excited for that. I don't even know if I'm gonna have the money to buy it, but I'm gonna fucking try. I'm gonna scrimp and save everything I can to get this when it comes out, because it is magnificent. But I'm rambling. You don't care that much. Thank you so much for watching. Pick this demo up for yourself if you have a computer, and just explore the world, because there's so much here and it's so much fun. But I digress once more. Thank you so much for watching, and whatever happens next time, and I have no idea what will happen next time. Literally, I don't have any idea what will happen, because things are so off the wall. I hope I see you there. Toodles. Goodbye.